Hello, I am Addison Morris, the founder of the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce, and this is Cannabis Clip Notes with Judith Dyer. Judith has 20 years of experience in financial management, comprehensive financial reporting, and financial planning. Her areas of expertise also include cash flow management, cost analysis, and treasury activities. Judith is a DOPE CFO certified advisor. She works with cannabis companies to navigate 280E and meet cannabis accounting requirements, which ensures her clients' business maintain financial health and stability. So, Judith, what are the key points businesses in the cannabis space need to know about cash flow management and budgeting forecasting?
Hi, Addison. Thank you for having me today. Today, I'm excited to discuss a vital topic in the cannabis industry: cash flow management, budgeting, and forecasting. With limited banking options, high compliance costs, and heavy tax burdens like 280E, managing cash flow effectively is crucial for success in this competitive industry. Today, I'll cover the basic costs of cash flow management, practical budgeting tips, and forecasting strategies to prepare your business for growth while avoiding common pitfalls. So, sorry, my daughter. The cannabis industry faces distinct challenges when it comes to cash flow. One of the biggest hurdles is the inability to access traditional banking services due to the federal regulations. This means that cannabis businesses often deal with cash heavy transactions. This also leads to issues with liquidity and makes managing cash flows far more complex than it might be for other industries. So, first, let's differentiate between cash flow and profit. Profit is just your income minus expenses, but the cash flow is all about your movement of money, when cash comes in and when cash goes out. You can have a very profitable business and still run into trouble with cash flow if it's not properly managed, especially if there's a lag between when money comes in and when money needs to go out. It is in a heavily regulated and often cash dependent industry like cannabis. Managing cash flow properly ensures you can pay your taxes, comply with regulations, cover your operational costs, and scale your business without hitting financial roadblocks. Budgets are the financial are sorry, budgets are the foundation of financial planning for your cannabis business. A budget helps you to allocate your resources effectively, avoid your overspending, and stay on track to meet your financial goals. A good budget can also help ensure you're ready for inevitable business fluctuations, such as changes in market prices, production levels, or unexpected expenses. So, to build a great budget, you first want to start with your revenue. You want to estimate your revenue based on your historical sales data or forecasts. You want to be sure to separate your revenues by your business units, like, sorry, excuse me, separate your revenue by your business units, whether it's cultivation, processing, or retail. And if you're a dispensary, you want to take it a step further and break it down your sales by product categories like flower, edibles, concentrates, and etc. Um, After you budget for your revenue, you next want to calculate your cost of goods sold. This includes all of your costs directly associated with producing and selling your products. For cultivators, this includes labor, seeds, utility, and cultivation supplies. Whereas for dispensaries, it includes the cost of purchasing the product for resale. Once you have your cost of goods sold, you next want to budget for your your operating expenses. This includes your rent, your payroll, marketing, insurance, and other overhead costs. Many cannabis businesses have high operational costs, especially in compliance heavy markets. So this needs to be closely managed. Due to the federal limitations on tax deductions under 280E, cannabis businesses face a much higher tax burden than other industries. So you should also budget for these additional costs. Working with a dope CFO certified advisor who specializes in cannabis is crucial here. Um, and then cannabis businesses need to be especially flexible with their budgets. For example, if you're a grower, fluctuation in crop yields, unexpected crop failures, or shifts in consumer demand can drastically change your revenue projections. So, flexibility in budgeting allows you to adjust for your expenses accordingly. In addition to your revenue, your cost of goods sold, your taxes, and your operating costs, you also want to budget for your capital expenditures, better known as your capex. These are significant investments in assets like property, equipment, or technology. For cannabis startups, this might include investments in cultivation infrastructure or retail space. Budgeting for your capex ensures that these investments are accounted for and that you're prepared for the costs involved in scaling your business. So, next, I want to move to cash flow forecasting. This is the process of estimating the flow of the cash in and out of your business over a specific period, usually monthly or quarterly. It's a tool that helps cannabis businesses predict their cash needs and avoid shortfalls. Um, a well done cash flow forecast will give you a clear picture of whether you have enough cash to cover your obligations in the future. So, to start, you want to estimate when and how much cash will be coming in. This could be from product sales, investments, loans, or any other sources of revenue. You want to be realistic. If you're a new cannabis business, you may need to take into account seasonal fluctuations and industry specific variables. Next up, you will want to estimate when and how much cash will go out the door. This includes your operating expenses, this includes your operating expenses, your taxes, your supplier payments, your payroll, and any debt obligations. You also want to ensure that you include any unexpected costs or one time expenses, such as emergency repairs or regulatory fines. Once you have your inflows and outflows projected, compare them to identify gaps where your cash may be tight. This can help you to anticipate times where you may need to secure additional capital or make adjustments to your spending. Cash flow forecasting isn't just about tracking your day to day cash movement, it's about long term planning. By having a solid forecast, you can prepare for future growth or scale down periods and make more informed decisions about financing, expansion, or new product launches. It's also a tool for managing debt. If you know you'll have cash flow gaps in the future, you can plan to secure loans or investors in advance rather than scrambling at the last minute. So, some strategies that I suggest to optimize cash flows is to streamline your operations, right? One of the most effective ways to optimize cash is to streamline your operations. This includes improving the efficiency of cultivation, processing, and retail operations. For instance, reducing waste in cultivation or managing inventory more effectively can free up cash. Inventory management is crucial. In cannabis, unsold inventory ties up cash. Businesses should track their inventory closely and adjust their purchasing strategy to align with demand. Over-ordering can lead to unnecessary cash outflows, while under-ordering can lead to lost sales. Um, you also want to consider extending your payment terms and negotiating with vendors. Extended payment terms with suppliers gives you your business more time to pay, and additionally negotiating better pricing and exploring bulk purchase discounts. This will help to lower your costs and keep cash in your business for longer. And think about having access to short term financing or a line of credit can provide a safety net when cash flow is tight. This is especially important in cannabis, where payment delays or regulatory changes can impact your cash flow. Proper cash flow management is essential to the survival and success of cannabis businesses. By implementing a solid budgeting and forecasting strategy, you'll ensure that your business can handle fluctuations in revenue, manage expenses, and plan for growth. Thank you.
This is the third Cannabis Clip Notes in a five-part series presented by Judith Dyer. These can be viewed on the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. The entire series will be available on the Women Cultivating Success directory starting in January.